riders currently exercise or training?
Why am I so slow?
Man, speed up.
Ooh. Wow, good day viewers. I don't know if you're only joining us now, but as you can see, Gerhard Mans is taking me through a virtual world. I'm cycling through a virtual world. I'm cycling so fast, but not moving anyway. But anyways, stay tuned as we learn with Gerhard Mans Junior.
Your life could change at any second, but you'll never know until you take the chance. With sports betting, number games, and online casino gambling, JSB is your best bet. Will you be Namibia's next instant millionaire? Place your bets easily online at jsbsports.bet or at any JSB location nationwide. We'll take you to the action anywhere, anytime. JSB, where the next instant millionaires come to play. Strictly no under 18s. JSB supports responsible gambling. Winners know when to stop.
Okay, well, for this one, it's more of like a laid-back episode. Gerhard Mans Junior, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. You have no idea how much I've been praying and begging for this episode. I mean, you know my team has been on your case, pressuring and making sure that we get you to have you on an episode. But first and foremost, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, and yourself?
Yeah. No, we can't complain. It's a beautiful Monday. You yourself just run us through it. How was your day today?
Yeah, very good. Just a normal day at work. Typical Monday.
Typical Monday.
No training, off day. We had a race yesterday, so Mondays try to take it easy, catch up on work and stuff, family. So just a normal Monday.
Okay, like you said, so Monday out of the whole week, like where we are now, you said you spend every Tuesday to Friday in here.
Most of my training is done in this room. This is my training room where I've got a stationary trainer where I can switch between road bike or mountain bike, whichever I choose to train on for that day, or maybe for a specific event. So yeah, this is where I spend almost 80% of my training. So yeah.
Okay, what do you like most about the inside setting? What makes this the perfect place for your workouts or for your preparations?
I think the main thing for me is efficiency. I'm a very time crunched athlete. I've got an 8 to 5 job. I've got a family, so time is very limited. With regards to training and stuff. So when I get home in the afternoon at 5, I can immediately get on the bike. There are no traffic lights, there are no traffic, it's not that dangerous outside on the roads. Yeah, so especially rush hour, so when you have to go out 5 o'clock on the streets, on the bypass, it's very busy. So so it's safe obviously, and it's very time efficient. I can get on the bike and do what needs to be done, and it's done for the day.
And then you can still have time for family and other work stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, yes. Now the question that I've always been eager to find out to ask you was, when did you get into cycling? What inspired you to be doing it for this long? I mean, you've been in the game for more than a decade at the highest level. So what inspired you? What made you get into cycling?
Yeah, I think I started back in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. I think, that's where it all started.
In 2012?
I think 2012
wow.
was the year I started for the very first time cycling. So it all started out just as a hobby. I just wanted to try something different. To be more healthy and get a bit more fit. I tried out the lifestyle and everything. So yeah, that's where it all started. Very casually. I think the race I ever did was the 35 kilometer net bank. I did the road race, the 35 on a mountain bike, which I borrowed from a friend or somewhere. I can't even remember. So yeah, but that's where it all started for the first time. I gradually got into it deeper and deeper, and before you know it, you buy your own equipment and you try to upgrade where you can, and So yeah, it started getting serious very quickly. Where we started with coaching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had about 3 different coaches in South Africa, and my latest coach was from England.
Yeah.
But in 2016, I think 2016 February, March, I think I stopped with coaching.
Yeah.
Or working with a coach. So yeah, I stopped and tried to, because I learned my body a lot over the last couple of years. So I tried. So from the last 6-7 years, I've been trying to coach myself, to guide
Make sure
myself.
that you're not that young anymore. It's not like you're getting
That's
any
the
younger.
problem.
Also,
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I'm not that young anymore. So I started very late.
I was about to say,
yeah.
look, I'm trying to do the math. We're speaking about 2012 is when you started.
Yeah.
You're 35 now.
Yes, correct.
So we're looking at maybe 23, 24.
Yeah. 25-ish. Yeah,
25
around about there.
that's
Yeah.
when you started professionally.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Not really professionally.
Not professionally, but like
But
doing it more often.
Yeah, kind of a hobby, and the hobby just got more serious as time went by. I represented Namibia a couple of times internationally on the road bike specifically. Although the late 2-3 years, I enjoy mountain biking a little bit more.
Okay.
I think it's just I've had a lot of racing and races and stuff on the road bike. So yeah. I've done mountain biking since I've started, so yeah, but it's a good change of scenery for me. Yeah.
Okay. Now speaking of, let's get right into it. The Gravel and Dirt, which is one of the biking series that you are most familiar with. That's how I got to know you personally. Just run us through it. The one that we've been having so far, the series this year. How has this year been? Because I remember the last one, the recent one that you just had. You came first in that one. It was a bit windy, but you came out first. And the one before that, I think you had a bike problem. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got a flat.
Yeah, something in that line. So you guys can see I actually follow this guy to the team. Make sure that whenever there's a Gravel and Dirt, I always grab my paper, read to just see how you did. So the last one, like we said, you did well. You came first. The one before that, you had a bike problem. But all in all, how has it been this year?
Yeah, I think the series have gone okay so far. I mean, the first race starts, I think, end of February, somewhere there. So the series of 8 races stretches over about 7 months. So it's quite a long series to try and stay fit, and most of all try and stay healthy for that long. So consistency obviously is key in a series. Once-off events is there's a bit of luck involved there. That's how I feel about that. But to be good in a series or to win a series, you've got to be consistent with results, and that's where the challenge lies. Especially through winter times, not a lot of sunlight. It's cold. It's dark out. So yeah, it's quite a challenge to try and stay consistent. Yeah,
always show up. Okay, all in all, performance-wise in this year as compared to last year, how do you feel about your performance in the Gravel and Dirt series this year, and what is usually the end goal for you when you participate?
Especially if I take the Gravel and Dirt series, I think the last year was the first time I actually tried to participate and get to all the events.
Okay.
So yeah, that was, I think last year was the first year I tried that, and then we only had 7 races, which I managed to all race.
To do all 7. Okay.
Yeah. So last year was a good year. I managed to win the series overall. This year is a bit. It's not. I've had a bit of technical issues. Okay. I think the first race I struggled with my gearing. One of I think the battery or something died. So there I lost a lot of points on the rankings. So I had to try and make up for that, which is very difficult as the competition gets tougher every year. And as you said earlier, I'm not very young. So it gets tougher each year But 2 weeks ago, the previous race before our Safari Lodge, I also had a flat, so I lost points there as well. So it's been a bumpy ride so far. But yeah, we'll see. We've got 2 races left.
You just came out of one, really powerful. Yes. Okay, you lost your dad not long ago.
Yeah, last year May.
Last year, May, which was a huge loss for the cycling family. But I just wanted to find out, influence-wise, your dad was one of the best people, cyclists were also know people on the road and stuff like that. But what influence did he have on you? How did he help you, or how did he influence you to get into cycling?
Yeah, we did a lot of riding together when I started out back in 2012, 2013.
Okay.
So yeah, we actually did a lot of riding together. That was before this trainer setup, this home setup and stationary setup and everything. So I still trained on the road outside. So he joined me for a lot of rides during the week. So it was nice to have that company. And yeah, he's always been a good influence on me to try and give my best always if where possible. So yeah, it's been a big loss for us, but yeah, we try to move on and keep moving forward. Yeah.
Okay, as long as his memory lives on, I mean, what else can you ask for? And also, speaking of plans, goals for the year, personally, you're a very busy person. We all know that. You're very secluded, you're very isolated, but if you can just let the viewers, the fans know what is in store for you still, what can we still look forward to? Like, I'm a fan, what can we still look forward to from you?
Definitely the last 2 gravel and dirt races.
Okay.
This coming weekend's Ochu, I think, it's the Ugap Terrace race.
Yeah. We're going to be there for that one also.
Yes, I'll be there to race as well. And then I think on the 16th September, it's the Vegas outside Windhoek, which will be the last one of the series. So I'll definitely take part in both, yeah. And then, the Paratus Cycle Classic and the mountain bike, I'll try and do both of those as well. Not really have a main focus for the rest of the year. The main focus actually for now is to try and get through the series, the Gravel and Dirt series. That's my main focus throughout the year. I try not to focus on too many things. Otherwise, it gets difficult to. We've got the road series throughout, which in the first half of the year. Okay. Then we've got the mountain biking, and then the road races started now yesterday again. So I think we've got one left for the season for the road racing. So yeah, and then dash. I think I'll do dash again in a 4-man team. Yeah. So nothing crazy.
Nothing too hectic.
Nothing internationally so far. Everything is just local races, which I will support.
Okay, well, I mean, if you guys are gonna be there, Ochu is the first one this coming Saturday. But before we do let you leave, let's say you do a gravel and dirt, which is usually 40 Ks, 45, 43. It's usually high. What do you do to recover? How does the recovery process look like?
3 shots, trying to remember who it looks like. Gerhard Mans. I can see the shape of the body. Well done, Gerhard. Well done.
Yeah, so recovery is very important, especially if you do like back-to-back races, which we did last weekend. We had a gravel and dirt, and the next day we had a time trial, a team event. So the first thing we usually try and do is get something to eat directly after the race, straight after the race, and as much fluids as possible, and then just to try and keep off your feet. To try and recover for the next day and to continue training as normal. Yeah,
that's what usually helps.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not always possible, but that's what we try and do because we have family.
I mean, lives. We have 8 to 5 jobs and stuff like that.
Life goes on. Yeah.
Okay, well, for all the future cyclists out there, for everyone that's tuned in listening to Gerhard Mans Junior speak about his life as a cyclist, do you have any advice for our youth cyclists out there, or even the old ones that are also just sitting there wondering how you get to do it?
I think most important is to enjoy riding your bike. I think that's why I started in the first place. I really enjoy riding my bike and being outside over weekends where I can. Performance-wise, if you're really passionate about it and you really want to give it a go, consistency at the end of the day is key. In endurance sports, you have to be consistent throughout. You have to put in the hours, unfortunately. But that comes back to the passion I have for the sport. I love spending time on my bike, especially over weekends. I'll do longer rides and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I think the most important is you must enjoy it.
You must enjoy what you're doing.
Definitely, for sure.
Most important part, you must enjoy what you're doing so that you can advance in whatever you're doing. I mean, at 25, like we said, you represented Namibia at the Commonwealth Games 2014. Like we spoke also, only not long after getting onto a bike and deciding this is what you're going to be doing for now. Well, that's all that we have for you from Athletes World. We are joined by none other than Gerhard Mans Junior for this episode. But yeah, bringing it to you live, bringing it to you local, so please do stay tuned.